Hey, welcome to Entrepreneurs and Leaders. And today we have Rachel Dove, which is the founder of Dungeons Not Dating. So, Rachel, tell us, what are the 5 steps to build a gaming community?
Welcome to Entrepreneurs Are Leaders podcast with Harry Sardinas. Interviews with world's most influential entrepreneurs that share tips about how to grow your business exponentially. Charismatic speaking, leadership, branding, marketing strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.
Well, I love this question because this is exactly what I am building this company to do is create effective gaming communities. So I think the very first step to that is and always will be communicating your expectations. So without clear and concise communication of what you're looking for, you're probably not going to get what you need or what you want. So that's definitely the biggest and first step is communicating your expectations. The next step would be creating a safe space to foster that community. So once you've got those expectations out there, you can use a plethora of things, whether it's your local library or gaming store in your community or an online forum like a Discord platform or a subreddit or a Facebook group, anything like that. You want to make sure those expectations are communicated in that group, but then set up your space for you and your friends to be able to really thrive and work together. The third step would be to look for complementary skills and knowledge with community. You want to make sure that you're really valuing everything that everyone brings to the table. So if you build a community that's only got one type of player, you're only going to learn one type of thing. So you want to make sure that you've got a wide variety of skills and expertise within your community and that you're really valuing and promoting those different areas. And then the fourth step is actually going to be that exact same step over again, but now with the characters. In a game like Dungeons and Dragons, you not only need to have a large variety of skills between the people at your table, but also with the characters who are in game at that table. So really making sure that you have complementary skills and expertise within your gaming party or your individual players' avatars. And then the final step that I would say, possibly the most important step, is going to be celebrating diversity. Again, if you've only got one kind of player, you're only learning one kind of thing. So not only looking for a diverse group, but actively seeking that out, appreciating that, and celebrating all of the different unique perspectives that others can bring to your game and your adventure.
Now, let's talk a little bit more about the game. So how many users, how many people play this game, and what type of game is it? It's a computer game? It's a board game? What is it?
Yeah, so it is a role-playing tabletop game. So a tabletop RPG, and it can be played online now. Historically, though, Dungeons and Dragons started in 1972-73, wow. And it was played mostly actually in college campuses. They would use different areas of college campuses to meet up and start playing this game. It was a very different edition back then, a lot more simplistic, but it has really grown over the past 50 years at this point. And now there are virtual tabletop platforms, but really it is a world-building game. So once people decide to play, they get to create a character that they're going to play within this fantasy world that everyone at the table is building together. And the dungeon master, game master, basically runs that world. They're the god of this fantasy world, and they get to kind of create and control what happens. And the players are helping build that story with them. So it's very immersive. A lot of people will play as their character the entire time that they're at that table. Less getting a snack or something. But
how many people do you think that plays the game?
Oh, so in the US alone, there's about 20 million active players currently. And around the world, it's really hard to find those numbers because there are people who play all over. Yeah.
A lot of people play the game, right?
Yes, and it's kind of experiencing a new renaissance right now. There was just a special edition of Time magazine talking all about how it's experiencing this resurgence in popularity based on different pop culture partnerships and things like that. So it's really making a comeback recently.
Okay. So now let's talk about business, right? Because you decided to develop your company, your tech company, um, trying to connect the users to play the game more powerful, more effective. Basically, how to find the right team to play and win. So
Exactly.
tell us why you decided to start this. And you have a finance background and a corporate training. So tell us why you decided to drop all this to jump from the corporate to tech entrepreneur. Is as you shared with me before, you were doing corporate training. So basically, you were very comfortable. Yeah, you pay a very good salary in the corporate world to do an amazing job. And now, and it's very it's a job, it's safe. And now you decided to do something really, really risky with this. Become a tech entrepreneur. Yeah. What made you make that shift?
Yeah, well, it was not an easy decision at all. Very, very scary, in fact. So, like you mentioned, I did have a very, very safe career in corporate America with a major firm. But the entire time I was there, the parts of the job that I loved the most was my interaction with people. It was building up the community. I was one of our Pride leaders in 2 different sites that I worked out of. And I got to be involved in our community ambassador program, which helps us with outreach to local nonprofits. So building those partnerships was just so rewarding to me. And really just making those differences, giving people a space to belong and feel valued. That's where I really derived most of the reward from my work was right there. So as I kept going in my career, progressing, like most cases in corporate America, progression can be rather slow, and oftentimes you're not going to get compensated for the full value that you bring, and there's only so far up a ladder that you can go. But with this endeavor, I have the opportunity to build something without limits and to help as many people as I can reach, because there are a lot of other people who still want to play D&D who just haven't found the right group, or maybe they live in a rural community and there's genuinely no one around for them to connect with. All of these different things, or just in America, we're extremely polarized. You don't want to sit at a table with someone who doesn't think there's value in who you are because of who you love or what color your skin is or what language you speak. So creating an app like this, it gives people the ability to form their own communities, find people who are going to respect them, love them, celebrate who they are for who they are, and give them that chance to build real friendship, social connection, and play a cool game, because it's pretty awesome.
So, I think that it's always as an entrepreneur about the journey, yeah, and what we're passionate about. But definitely something really positive about what you're doing is that you are a tech entrepreneur, and your first step, the first things that you're doing, the direction of your app is building community. And this is really, really positive. Actually, this is the way of doing it. This is the only way that you can be successful in tech, is build the community, and then eventually you can offer products and services to that community. But it had to be community. This is not only tech. Nowadays, business in general, I think that if you want to start a business, if you want to grow a business, even before even developing the product, I will recommend to people to build a community around the product or service that you think that you can offer to the marketplace, because that community becomes priceless to your business, because as you do have an interaction with them, you can show them your product, and they can actually give you feedback. They will shape the product. So in the series of podcasts that we had done, right, from all the multimillionaires that I interview, no one has created. I haven't heard the story yet that someone created a product, and this first product, it was exactly the way that people want it, and it becomes successful. Yeah. So there is only 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 100 iterations until actually we make what we call a product market fit. So now having a community, it will accelerate enormous that process, because that community will shape your product. That community, they will communicate with you. They will tell you exactly what they want and what are their needs, what are the problems, how much they want to pay to solve this problem. And so if you listening actively your community, then they will shape the product for you, and that will make your product market fit. This is which is a very good sign, and I'm so glad that you took this approach, because in my opinion is the only approach that that is viable in the tech space today, unless that, I don't know, you have a lot of money throwing at you as a seed funding, which is very rare nowadays. Yeah. The other thing that I want to share with you is, because now you already share with me that you already launched the app, and it's about to be relaunched, the second version of it. Yes, it's going to this process in tech, what we call it MVP, minimum viable product. Yeah.
Yes. My beta went out, and now I'm about to launch the MVP.
The MVP. However, in the tech space, I'm telling you, because I invest in tech companies, I spend a lot of time with tech entrepreneurs, so I can see well, and don't get me wrong, out of all the wealthy people that I have interviewed, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 are tech motivators, right? So we can say that there is a lot of money to be made in tech because of the rate that people are showing up to the other to the series of podcasts that we run. However, it's very important when it comes to developing a minimum viable product. Just put the real strength in that word in the first M, which is minimum, right?
Yeah.
A lot, we see a lot in an entrepreneur. Sense good that you're coming from a finance background. That's also will lay you very, very far in your business. Is that minimums mean minimums, right? And I understand that developers are expensive, and you have to pay all this and so on. But we don't want to put a lot of money, all our saving, remortgage our house in an MVP. It's just an MVP. So how, Rachel, you manage? Where do you manage to put the limits in your development to actually launch something that we just testing the community acceptance, and we're just using this app as a vehicle to grow the community? Do you went crazy, or do you manage? Because remember, this is not 100 meters. This is a marathon, and you cannot be tired at the 100 meters. This is just starting, right?
Yeah, well, that is a great question, because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm building something without limits, right? It feels like I could do anything with this, and initially, that's what I had.
Not to put the limits.
Oh yeah, I had this huge. I mean, I still do. Don't get me wrong, but now my dream is more in sprints. So basically, I kind of went through everything I wanted, right? International launches and multiple language supports and artist marketplace.
Oh my God, Rachel.
Yeah. Well, and I looked and I said, exactly. So I said, where can I trim the fat? How does this make the most sense for me to go? So really, I
understand. As soon as you spoke with the developers, because you share with me, you don't have development background. Yeah, you can have this idea how you want to build this amazing. But as soon as you talk with the developer and they told you how much it's gonna cost.
Oh yeah, well, and even for the 3 features I focused on, it's still, it's been a year at it, going through multiple different design iterations, multiple
3 features is good.
Code iterations. Yeah,
this is good. This is very good.
Yeah. So we've just got a 3-pronged focus. So basically, creating a profile. So each user creates a personal profile, but then also their gamer profile. So either a game master or a player character, and then the actual matching. So I do have a match algorithm that helps kind of pair people up. Yeah, so
that sounds complex.
It only takes a few things into account at first.
That sounds expensive to me. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah, and then the third prong is the messaging. So we do have group messaging in there and everything, but it's built very similarly to actually a dating app, which is where the name Dungeons Not Dating comes from. So basically, people are going to be able to put in personality tags, their availability, what kind of game they want to play, what their play style is, all sorts of things like that. And then we've got an algorithm in the background that really just takes 3 different points to pull to put the best matches forward. And then as the audience base grows and I hear more of what people want, that's going to dictate what gets prioritized first, whether it's
exactly, absolutely,
different
so
games.
It's not what we want. It's not like Rachel wants. It's not like Harry wants. It's what the community wants.
Exactly.
Because we're doing this for the community. Yeah. So it's what they want. So we have to listen carefully and to develop the features that they need, that they wanted. This is And remember, when it comes to the apps, there are always 2 things, right, that generate the value. Is large number of users. I don't know. You see the apps like WhatsApp, whatever, they could solve for a lot of money. They get a lot of value, but they technically not selling anything. Well, now they're selling a little bit of advertising, but technically, when the platform was sold, they primarily the value, it lands in only 2 things: large number of users, but also the engagement, right? People using every day. The value doesn't depend. People just going to the app and just using one time, the engagement is not there. So you have to now to open 2 battlefronts. One, how you going to acquire more and more users, and the second one, how we're gonna how they're gonna be engaged, how they actually gonna be using this as much as possible. So, any idea how you're planning to deal with these 2 verticals with their key in order for you to move forward to a next step?
Yeah. So that second thing there, keeping people engaged, I'm hoping this will be pretty easy for me just based on how fun the game Dungeons and Dragons is. Most people who start playing, they'll get hooked, and then they want to play in a second campaign with a different character, and then a third campaign with a different character. And by the time they're in those 3, the first one finishes, and they need a 4th campaign to replace their first one. So I'm really hoping that we're
why they need to come back to the app
to find the new party each time, because a lot of times you'll find a friend or a buddy who you'll carry into other campaigns with, but you won't play.
Basically, if you lose, you want to find another team member and go back and play. So maybe you win this time, right?
Or even just to make more friends, or maybe even a scheduling issue, right? I want to play with you, but the only time you have available is Thursday, and we're already in a campaign on Thursday. So now I'm going to find somebody else to play with me on Friday nights. So
for that, definitely you need the app. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. So find more friends.
And how about the large number of users? How are we gonna solve this?
Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. So I am doing a marketing blitz right now.
Speak with the owners of the game. You're promoting the game. They should pay you for it. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah. Someday I'll be on their radar, but
they're so big right now. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Fly low for the time being. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've gotten a lot of really good engagement on TikTok so far, and Instagram, and even YouTube is starting to come up for me. And then I've also
the community is growing in TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok.
How many people followers?
Right around 10,000 currently. So
wow.
Yeah. So just hit that benchmark.
You're onto something good.
Yeah. So
they're really loving it. What you're doing, yeah.
Yeah.
People do love that game, and I played before, but they seems that whoever is playing it, they love it. Like, oh my God, 10,000 people. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, people are playing the game. That's a good sign. Yeah. So
very much so.
Okay, very good. So this is the plan now, So now we have to go and build the community. Basically, direct to consumer, to create your direct to consumer strategy. Do you have any idea how expensive it is? Can you tell us how we're gonna grow the community
Well,
with the funding? Any ideas that would be
I,
helpful?
yeah, well, I do have a small community being built currently just within Discord. So I do have a
Wow.
Discord server with I think I'm around 300 users on that right now.
Wow, very good. Discord
Um,
is very good place to grow this thing that you're doing. Yes, the place to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
great place to get started. And then I think once I actually have the app out and launched, it'll be much easier to be able to start directing people right to that app instead of directing people to sign up on the wait list. So it's going to be a couple months of major marketing blitzes, kind of using some of the big YouTube names within
More
D&D.
than that. 2 months, more than that.
Oh no, multiple months. Yeah,
Oh
multiple
my
months of
God.
marketing
Yeah.
blitz. Yeah,
We
get
wish
people on
that
there.
2 months. Yeah. People in the community in 2 months are going to be, what? I moved to Colorado myself, So, yeah,
No,
but
many
this is
months.
this is how it is, Rachel, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna be about now becoming very good building community, becoming very good at creating that content, right? So
yeah,
the community, there's only one way to build the community, right? It's creating high quality content. People
yeah,
that listening, we have a 250,000 followers in this thing that we do in the series of podcasts and our social media, right?
yeah,
Technically, apparently, our content has good quality. Yeah. So
yeah,
seems like that's why they're paying attention and they are listening to the content, right? So, or you
yeah,
see Netflix, or you see the blood
yeah,
of building a community is creating high quality content that
yeah,
community will consume and grow. And so basically, we have to feed the community with something amazing. So,
yeah.
any ideas, any plan, any particular social media that you think? I mean, Discord is a very good place for what you're doing. I would say YouTube also, and because no, it's TikTok clearly is working, so keep doing it, right? Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
because that's the other thing as well. We want to build a community, but to be to build it in the frameworks that our community hang out. For example, Discord. What's the point? If you guys, you're gamers, I don't think that you're gonna do so well in LinkedIn. Where everybody is an entrepreneur and
Yeah,
CEO. You know what I mean? So what's the
yeah,
point to put time, effort, and I mean, you can
yeah,
find strategy partners in LinkedIn. Don't get me wrong, but I think that uh, there are other places. So it's all about to design the strategy. Number one, which channels are you gonna not the channel that you want, the channel that they prefer to be communicated with the community.
That's
And
actually what I'm kind of that's my current stumbling block. The
it's
D&D
not stumble.
community.
You already told me. It seems very
Oh.
solid to me. TikTok, you already. But what you share with me,
Yeah,
Discord, TikTok. I mean,
that's fair. That's fair.
if it works on
Yeah.
TikTok, probably a little bit on Instagram as well because it's the same kind of thing. But Discord, the gamers are there. This is a place. So basically, Rachel, a PhD in Discord. Yeah, it's what is coming to you now, and in TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok and Discord PhD and YouTube and basically creating. And I think that us like an entrepreneur, look at you, your finance background, when we are in business.
Yeah.
Sometimes we had to learn and do what we like, and sometimes what we don't like as well. Because I bet that you don't like to talk with software developers, but you have to talk to them because they have to develop the thing how you how your community wants. So you have to be clear, yeah, not something that you enjoy, but is mission goes first, right? There's
Exactly.
previously I interviewed someone that comes with a military background and say, well, in business, this is how it is. Mission goes first. So sometimes there are tasks that they are more that you like less than the other one. So how you deal with that adversity And because at the beginning was the MVP, so now you are talking with the software developers, and now you need to learn a little bit about technical things, about procedures, how to talk to them. Then you have to try that to make sure that it works, to make sure that's what it does, and it's now and manage this tech thing. But now this part at the moment is done. Now it coming completely different new game, which is building that community, which translate in now Rachel need to be to learning and to find people in the team that learn how to produce high quality content, because this is the moment of growth now. Now tech is now software development is not relevant anymore. Will become, because when the community grows and give you some feedback, you need to come back to them and add, remember, one of the features. Don't add 3,000 features. Just gradually the features they want, because like I said, it's expensive. Anyway, so how you managing this? Because it's very difficult for corporate. Yeah, now really you have to do and learn something that maybe you might not like to do, but as you are the CEO, so you do need to learn, and you need to learn and know a little bit of everything that's going on, even regardless that you might have. I mean, you might hire a community manager that specialize in this, that will help you to grow the business, or hire or bring that part of your team, or give you some shares. But how you mitigate the part of the business that you can tell that it's not your strength, or you have to do it in order to move forward?
Well, I will let you in on a big secret. The part
secret.
of the job,
That's great.
yeah, the part of the job that I like the least is actually kind of what I'm doing right now. Is
building the community.
Well, it's all of the public engagement. So I've been on 4 different TV shows, multiple podcasts, and then just putting myself out there on social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the star of my videos, and before this, I hated social media. I didn't have a TikTok account. I still don't have a personal TikTok.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the welcome to the business world. Yeah. Even Facebook even didn't exist, and I was running businesses, and look at me. You have to become a TV star now if you are in business.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out. So that's been my hardest part, but I've gotten over it. Yeah, a lot of times now, because I was learning and development, doing the training in the corporate world, all of that. So now I basically try to treat it as if I'm speaking to my adult learners back in the classroom. Well,
yeah, sometimes sometimes it's very easy to sell the product to somebody else, but when it's yours, sometimes become uncomfortable. All this, which it doesn't make sense, but it happened to our brain. I don't know why, but all these type of strange thoughts happen to us as entrepreneurs, and we are like, what? Why am I struggling with this? And I think that good news for you is AI is out there, right? So there are some high quality content that can be created without you being present. Saying that, I will advise you to create high quality content. Part of it without you, but some part has to be without you. At the end of the day, you are the face of the business. You are responsible, and business nowadays, personal brand go together with corporate brand. People more and more want to know who's the person behind the product. For example, something that you share, it was very powerful about your values and the values of the company, embracing more diversity and inclusivity. This is something really, really powerful. That's what your brand and your product represent, and people need to hear from someone, not from a video created by the AI. That makes sense, right? So you can create it. So don't get me wrong, and if that will help you to grow your community, go for it. But still, somehow, because at the end of the day, you build in a brand, you build in, and tech is like this. You never know. The other day, tech entrepreneur came to the podcast and told me, Harry, look, there is this guy that have a tech idea to build a game, and he's trying to build the game, and along the path, the game didn't work, but they develop some software, some tool that will help them to manage images. That process, and that guy took this part of this, which is the only thing that was valuable after the whole game collapsed, and he sold it to Yahoo for a lot of money. I'm like, wow, that guy did that. And I say, yeah. But then you know what the guy did? Say, no. So the guy took all the money, yeah, and said, you know what? Now I'm gonna beat the game because now I have the money. He took all the money, and then he started again to build the game, continue big game, start continuing, and then along the process that the game was moving forward, he realized that it's gonna be way more expensive than what he thought. So then he talked with his group of investors and said, hey guys, you know what? I don't think that the game is gonna happen because I'm gonna need more money. Why we don't take the left of the money that we have and we develop this part of the software, this tool that we did to develop the game, which engage project management, teamwork, and communication. Yeah. So, and this platform happened to be Slack. I don't know if you're aware. It's a multi-million pound company now. So basically, the guy never did the game, but because he was in the space, in the process, something along the way. So what I like about you is the concept, the really concept that you're developing, which is your brand, is like putting gaming together and bring diversity and inclusivity into that. And if you pay attention what's going on in the gaming space, you might get something really, really good. You just need to be a very good listener, yeah, and develop skills about growing a community. You can never go wrong in tech. If you do develop skills required to start and grow the community, and again, you said, okay, it's a little bit. One part of it gets a little bit uncomfortable because you have to put your face out there and you have to go to a TV show, and now you have to be with Harry, this guy asking me weird questions all the time, and and things like this. But you will see that if you manage to put that and behind the scenes also, you do the work required to target this puzzle and actually create a cost-effective, high-quality content for your community. It will go viral, and this is going to be very good news for your investors, yeah, and very good news for your.
Well,
I think that at this stage you shouldn't be even thinking about how you will monetize the app. I don't think that it's not even time to even think about it, because otherwise it will deviate you for your main goal, which is get as much a number of users as possible and get as much investment as possible. The money will come for sure, and if it doesn't call you, call me. I'll find it for you.
All right, it's a deal, because you're looking at my only investor right here. So
well, you will see as soon as the user and the engagement are there, money, people will call you. You don't even need to go. A lot of people come to me, Harry, I'm looking for funding, I'm looking for investors, and telling to the people, you're not ready for it. They want to see some signs of it. They want to see, number one, a real entrepreneur. And real entrepreneur means understand the process that the entrepreneur have to go through, and until you don't learn how to speak about your product, how to sell it, and how to build a community about your product yourself, they're not gonna give you money for you to learn. This is what it is. This is the process. Now, when you're ready, and ready is not saying I'm ready. Ready is showing some data.
Of course.
They want to see the data. Yeah, they will go to your back office and say, okay, show me. I want to know. You see? So, but when you're ready for them, well, they knock at your door. Right, and you are also in better position also because you can find a better value for your company. So I wish you the best. Yes, you have all my support. I'm got the feeling that you're up to something really, really good. Yeah, I'm telling you because I can smell this. I'm on the space, so I can smell it. Keep it tight. Yeah. Don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Don't tell me after 6 months, Harry, I developed this, put a lot of money. What is that there? No. Keep it tight as you do it, and everything's going to be fine. So if somebody want to know, somebody might be listening to this podcast and they play the game. A lot of tech entrepreneurs listen to this podcast, also investors. Yeah. So if they want to find you, they want to know more about you, about your journey, which stage you are. Yeah. Sometimes they look at it and they're only watching and waiting. That's the
Yeah.
investors. Yeah. They like something, you think they forgot about you. No, they haven't. They're watching carefully. What you doing? How you doing? How you growing? And when you're ready, they knock at your door. You don't even need to go and find it. So, how they can find you? How the process works? Can you share a little bit with us, please?
Yeah. So I'm actually pretty easy to find nowadays.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well,
So I
definitely
do
you're
have
not
my-
shy. You're showing podcasts everywhere, so they should be able to find you around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am on pretty much every major social media, mostly under the company though. Dungeons Not Dating. I do have the website dungeonsnotdating.com, and then of course I do have a personal LinkedIn and things like that. And on my website, I have my link tree that will show off all of the different articles, podcasts. My TV shows haven't dropped yet, except for my one. I was on a live morning show, so obviously that one played. But my other shows aren't going to be dropping until spring and then summer. So those links will be out on the website as soon as they're available as well. But yeah, usually
Very
just
good.
the website, dungeonsnotdating.com.
Very good. If you have time, drop by the Game Development Conference in San Francisco, GDC. I've been there. Drop by. You will make some friends there.
Yeah, check it out.
And go and have a look. It's massive. Yeah, of the gaming, one of the major gamers are there, and probably if you need team members for what you're doing, probably you might even find the founders of the company around that exhibition. That might help. Yeah. So thank you so much, Rachel. That been you're very brave. I have to say that. Yeah. My God, the tech company. Oh my God. Thanks God that you're so young. Yeah. Very good. You have energy for it. Yeah.
Definitely rolling the dice on this, but hopefully it works out.
Go for it and remember my story. Yeah. You never know what is gonna come. You stay with your mission, your vision, who you are, and what you really, what was the purpose that what you doing, what you do. Tech is like this, can unfold or can pivot into something even major, right? That we're not even counting on. It's all about to be in the space. It's all about learning skills. It's all about pass this major step that you have now, which is build and grow a community. But I think you can do it. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being in the broadcast, and for the rest of you listening. This broadcast, Entrepreneurs and Leaders. See you in our next episode. How great entrepreneurs like Rachel are building business to make the world a better place. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Follow us for more on charismatic speaking, leadership, exponential business growth, branding, marketing, strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.